So obviously this is a very vicious event, violent assault. No road rage is acceptable. But when you have a mother who was just on her way home after dropping off her husband at work, when she encountered this violent individual, it just gives us all pause, certainly in the police service.
So,
Anybody?
I guess, can you kind of talk to us about her injuries? You already have touched them.
Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into them. They're significant. He is alleged to have attacked her with a crowbar, and she sustained serious injuries. Thankfully, not life-threatening. We believe that he was the accused, or the suspect, pardon me, was swinging for the complainant's head, and she blocked it. Otherwise, those injuries could have been even more significant. But certainly having two broken arms is a devastating event for anybody, both physically and emotionally. And I know the family is traumatized by this. Having spoke with investigators, they're frightened. We have an individual running around the city, obviously, with some anger management issues, and we're really hoping that any witnesses that were out here, specifically a gentleman who was walking his two dark-colored dogs over here, right across the street when the incident happened at 6:30 this morning, as well as a lady with a long white coat in this King Edward neighborhood. If they could contact police, we'd greatly appreciate that. The sooner the better. Anybody else that happened to be coming by during the morning commute that may have seen this vehicle, we've distributed very good images of a silver Chevy Aveo that has a license plate with several digits, the first one being the letter B. The silver Aveo, if anybody happens to know a neighbor that has a similar vehicle parked in their driveway, don't be shy. You may be wrong, but you actually may be right. So contact police with any tips, and they'll all be explored. We want to make sure that we get this individual into custody as soon as possible.
And so the images you sent us, that was taken from her car, of the man's car? Just to clear
I'm not sure. I'm believing that he took it from his vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So when he ran up and approached her on her way to a nearby residence. So again, very quiet neighborhood. For something like this to happen anywhere, let alone here, is absolutely ridiculous.
And was that her home?
I'm not going to say.
No, you're saying, obviously, you were saying earlier that it appears to investigators like he may have actually been trying to hit her head, but she was blocking with her arms.
That's correct.
Obviously that's, already the assault is serious enough, but it could have taken a much more serious turn had she not been able to protect herself.
That's correct.
What goes through your mind when you hear about a road rage incident turn that severe?
Well, we've had a few of them in the last few months. Certainly this is one of the most violent ones that we've heard of. So the message to everybody out there that's driving, we all have our moments of impatience, but certainly this crosses the line far beyond what's acceptable, and we all need to be patient and drive together safely and calmly. This individual obviously has none of those characteristics, and it's very upsetting for investigators. It's very upsetting for me to hear this, and that's why we're out here today. We want this individual found. So if you're a witness on scene to this, please come forward, step up, do it sooner rather than later. You can do it anonymously as well through Crime Stoppers, but certainly nobody should have to endure this sort of thing when they're, just driving their husband to work and coming home, a mother, a young 34-year-old mother, and regardless if she was impatient or whatever the circumstances were, certainly a violent response like this is unacceptable.